home sweet home. Home sweet home is what all of us say when we are children or with our parents, or the time when we get off the flight and we walk into our homes. And it's not just a place, but an amazing feeling. Hey, my name is Sharran Srivatsaa, and today's a very special day because I get to be here with my friend, Tamir Poleg, who is the CEO and co-founder of The Real Brokerage, which is one of the fastest growing publicly traded real estate platform and companies in North America. Tamir, super excited to be with you.
Hi, Sharran. Yeah, it's a very special day for me as well, and I'm super excited about what we are going to announce today. So let me kick it off. When you and I first met, it was many months ago, I think. I think that the first conversation, I ended it, and I felt like I fell in love. And then we had follow-on conversations, and we started texting each other and got to know each other. And I think that with every conversation, every interaction, I started to understand who you truly are. And what I saw was a wonderful and kind human being, someone who has a lot of passion for helping others, someone who really has a burning desire for helping agents in this industry succeed, an individual who's super smart, with a very diverse background, someone who I believe could be a great partner, and just generally speaking, someone who's super fun to be around. So when I realized all of those things, and it took me months, but it takes time to get to know somebody, I just told myself, hey, how can I bring Sharran into my life? And my life is my personal life, but my real life as well. How can I bring Sharran into real? And how can Sharran fit into what we are building here? So today, I am extremely honored and excited to welcome you, Sharran, into real as the president of the company. This is something that I've been waiting months to announce. And it's something that doesn't happen every day. This is the first time we are actually having a president in place. So it's a huge milestone for the company in general. But welcome to the family.
Tamir, the sentiments are echoed as well from the first time I connected with you. I asked myself a similar question because I thought that every time I had to build my own environment to succeed, I thought that I had to go out and create a work hard, be kind environment because I didn't think that existed. And that's why I started with Home Sweet Home as being the theme, a home sweet home, not just for how we agents connect our clients with their homes, but also for us to be here. So I feel super excited to actually be home.
And this home is now getting much, much bigger, right? And it's going to become even bigger. But I wanted to share with you a little bit of my thought process over the past few months on how this relationship should evolve. I think that when you meet somebody for the first time in a business setting, first you ask yourself, is this someone I enjoy spending time with for the next 10 years? At least 10 years, maybe for the rest of my life, maybe, I don't know. And then you ask yourself, would this person fit into the DNA of the team we already have in place? So those two questions were checked immediately. Then I asked myself, does Sharran bring a skill set that I don't have, that other people on the team do not have? And yes, you have such an amazing background, and we can benefit so much, and our agents can benefit so much from what you're bringing to the table. So that was a check as well. And then I asked myself, will this move of bringing Sharran over as the president or as an executive, will this benefit with the company? Of course, yes. And then the last question, which is, by the way, always the first question I ask myself, is the biggest question in everything that we do. Is this good for our agents? Is this move, is the fact that Sharran is going to be the president of Real, is this going to benefit with our agents? And seeing you in action, following you on social media, seeing you at the One Real conference, and just acknowledging all of the value that you pour into agents, that just sealed the deal. So for me, those were the questions, and I'm 1,000,000% confident about what we're going to build together.
Tamir, thank you so much. You asked me something at one of the first meetings that we met, and I think it's important for our friends to hear this, which is a lot of times we are faced with a choice, and my little son always says greatness is a choice, and we're faced with the choice. And the choice you asked me was, you're like, hey, if all of this works out, are you willing to put everything that you currently have on hold, that you built, that you love, that you are excited about? And I'm very fortunate over the years to have built a kind of a set of businesses that I love. And when you provided this opportunity and the idea for me, that was the question, is for me as well as for my family, is this opportunity so big that we can have that big an impact that all that I have, can I put it on hold? Can I put it to the side and focus on this one thing? And never has that ever happened where I've decided to put everything else aside to show the commitment, to show the faith that we're going to build something great together.
Yeah, and I'm so appreciative that you made this decision, because I know what kind of sacrifice it requires. But at Real, we need people that are all in. We need people that are 1,000% committed. Being at Real takes over your life. It takes over your thoughts, your time, everything. So I wanted to make sure that you do not have any other distraction. Obviously, I want you to take an amazing care of your family, but I also know that for you to be successful here, you need to be 100% committed. So I wanted to make sure that you don't do anything else besides helping us grow Real.
Yeah, and for us, I think that a lot of us think about the business objectives, which I think I'd love to hear your thoughts very quickly on. Is yes, there are business milestones. Yes, we have a commitment to our board and our shareholders to grow this business, to provide a great environment for our agents and our clients to succeed. But I think the one core value that I deeply share with you is that the business is powered by culture. And over the years, it's been talked about, this culture is this ethereal thing, but especially how we've had a chance to redefine it at Real, just redefine what culture means. And I'd love for you to just talk about this one thing, because when you told me about this and your thoughts around this, I just felt that you had brought kind of my feelings to words to life, which I didn't have the ability to put together. And you talked about how culture is the network, the power of the network, and the bigger the network is, and the more connected the network is, the idea of One Real, that is a huge vision. So I'd love maybe just a couple of your thoughts around how to power this network with the culture.
Sure. When we started the company, we didn't have culture as an objective. Culture is something that happened to us, and it's probably a reflection of all the individuals that are building Real together. And there are many configurations to a network. At the end of the day, you can build networks in different ways, but I think that what makes Real very successful is the understanding of each and every one of the individuals that are involved. And we're over 7,000 agents here at Real. The understanding that the we is bigger than the me. That if we are successful in building something together, if I help my colleague, if I help another agent, if I pour my knowledge into the network, then I will benefit from it. Others will benefit from it. And at the end of the day, I'm not losing anything. It's collaboration versus competition, a true collaboration. And I think that people realize that, and it just built a very special culture of not only exchanging information and knowledge, also of caring for each other, because we do feel as if we're in it together, and we need to take care of each other. And this is a secret sauce that doesn't exist. Kindness does not often come up in business settings or business conversations, but going back to the One Real conference, you just felt, we were about 1,000 people there, and you just felt love in the air. That was something that everybody felt. Nobody could really articulate it, but this was the very special feeling in that particular event. And I think that this is exactly what exists here in Real at any given moment.
And I will tell you the moment that I walked in the conference, it's actually pretty electrifying. When you can actually feel something, it changes the way that your biology is organized. Something magical happens. And I think, again, I was thinking about these three words, home sweet home. I was like, wow, it's not a place, but a feeling, which I thought was so powerful.
100%. And let me add something to that. When you said it changes your biology, it also brings the best out of you. I'm sure that when you went on stage, you felt as if you're at the top of your game. And that's something that comes from the feedback, the energy in the room. And the energy exists not only in the physical location, but also in this network, in the sense of belonging that exists here.
You know, Tamir, for folks that are watching and connected to us in this and who have heard about Real from the side, there is the industry opinion that we are the silent lion, which is super powerful. But most importantly, I think that a lot of focus is on the model. Hey, there is an innovative model to help build and grow the business and then reward all the stakeholders involved. But before you talk very quickly about the model, if for someone that's not heard of it, especially if they're a real estate agent and just want to open their minds to what is possible, I just want to share that the model needs to be powered by the culture. The model can't grow without the culture. There's a lot of businesses out there that have very exciting and innovative models, but nothing, where is the fuel for it? So the thing that connected with me the most was I saw the motor of everything be the culture. And because now with the culture, you can make changes. With the culture, you can move fast. With the culture, you can grow better. With the culture, everyone gets better. And so it's not something you can put your hands on, but it's something that actually powers the model. So when it comes to the model and you have to explain the model to somebody, how do you explain it to help agents think that, hey, you know, there's something different than a traditional model out there that is good for me and my family?
Yeah, I think that if you build a business based on an economic model, that's probably not sustainable, because tomorrow morning somebody else can build a company and, you know, change it from, I don't know, change 1%, and then, hey, we're cheaper. I think that building a sustainable and successful business takes a lot of balancing between different things. And what we try to balance here is a few things. One is the vision of the company, the technology that we offer our agents, the model itself, the culture, the financial opportunities here. And I think that we're doing a good job at balancing between each and every one of them. And, you know, you've known me for some time now, and you know that I don't like to pitch Real. But at the end of the day, if I'm thinking about an agent today, and it doesn't matter if that agent closes 5 transactions a year or 50, especially in this type of market conditions, there is no other alternative that makes more sense than Real. Because it's not only the network that you're plugging into, it's not only all of the knowledge that you can gather from people that are probably more successful in real estate than you are. It's not only the splits and the caps and all of that. It's the financial opportunities. It's your ability to actually hedge your business through owning equity in the company, through earning rev share. It's about all of those things that at the end of the day makes your building a business much more defensible and potentially successful. So it's not about the 85-15 or the $12,000 cap. It's about everything. It's about the entire package, which again, I believe nothing beats that today.
You know, I agree, because I think the first time I met with you, you asked me, hey, why is this personal to you? Why are you even having this discussion? Because it's personal. And I remember sharing this story, which I think I'm going to share to honor one of my friends for many, many years to come. One of my really good friends, a young guy, you know, in California, an amazing agent. I've worked with him personally for many years. He was 67 years old and on the top of his game. Great family man, the sole provider for his entire family, sold a bunch of real estate every single year, had even represented me personally. And one day when he was actually with a client in a living room talking about their home, he had a heart attack and keeled over. And the next day he passed away. And when I went to the funeral with my sunglasses on, I was crying because I missed him so much. And his wife came up to me because we were good friends. And she says, you know, I really wish we had built a better legacy. And that just really stuck with me because I had bought and sold homes with him. He had worked with us. I had benefited economically from all the advice that he had given, but now his family did not have the legacy. And I was thinking about this one thing: how can we provide a platform that can change the very financial bloodlines of agents' families? And it's not just one generation, but the true financial bloodlines of the families. And I think in two really powerful ways: one, with the model, and the two, with something that you announced at the end of the conference. But with the model, maybe being a partner in the business with stock and equity, maybe earning very transparent commission splits, et cetera, that most brokerages won't even publish on their websites, which from a transparency perspective. And then the revenue share component for helping build and grow the business along with us, because now we're true partners. That being the one model, you talked about this one thing that will continue to serve their families for generations to come. And maybe if you could just touch on that, because that got a bigger standing ovation than anything else.
Sure. So at the conference, we announced that we are going to make revenue share willable. So, we do not control our destiny to some extent. I mean, I God forbid, I could get killed tomorrow morning in a car accident, and I need to know that my family is secure, at least financially. So we see revenue share as an asset that agents build for themselves and their families. And we want that asset to be there and support their families if something catastrophic happens to the agent. So I was determined to make revenue share willable, and then and I'm giving you some sort of an inside information that happened just yesterday. I approached our lawyers and I said, this is the revenue share program, you know it. I want to make it willable. How can we do it? Because there are so many rules, regulations around payments in real estate. And the first reaction was, I don't know, a 20 pages document that they wrote with all of the quotes from real estate laws in different states saying you cannot pay revenue share to unlicensed individuals. So if you wanted the beneficiaries or heirs of an agent to actually earn rev share, they will need to get licensed. Now, if you lose a family member, the last thing on your mind is, I need to go and get licensed as an agent. Like, you don't care about it. So I wanted to eliminate this friction. I didn't want to, put such a high bar in order for the family to actually benefit from it. I wanted the family to benefit from it from day one, really at those extremely difficult moments when you actually lose your loved one. So I went back to the attorneys, I presented my case, we went back and forth. It took us a few months. Yesterday, I got the word from our attorneys that they agree with my position and they're comfortable with us paying revenue share to non-licensed individuals. For me, that was probably the highlight of at least this year, because I know what kind of difference it's going to make on so many families. So I feel like this is a huge achievement for all of us. But sometimes laws are made in place or put in place to deal with situations that are known, but they don't know what they don't know. And I think that we managed to explain to the attorneys what they actually don't know. And we feel comfortable, and we are going to announce it within a couple of days.
Oh, that's awesome. To me, that alone probably just put a cap on all of this. But to kind of wrap it up and share just one small kind of piece of outlook from you. 2022 has been an insane year, probably the largest year of growth that Real has had, and an awesome conference to top it all off with great prospect for 2023. There's also been fundamental changes in how you have and the team have thought about growing the business with acquisitions, with building a full stack of services and technology. In the next 12, 18 months, as you look ahead, what are the few things that come to mind that you're excited about from a focus perspective?
Well, first of all, the market is challenging, and I've been in the market in real estate since 2006. So I've seen at least one or two cycles. And I think that in the short term, the opportunity for us would be to help our agents weather this downturn, storm, whatever you want to call it. Because I believe that if you're good at what you do, you're good regardless of the market conditions. I hate blaming failure on it's the market. No, I mean, professional soccer players can play well if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's warm or cold. They don't care about the conditions. They're just good. So how can we make sure that our agents that are good and our agents are good do not give up because of the market? So for us, that's going to be a focus. Now, a bit longer term, I think that it's our responsibility as a brokerage to make sure that our agents have long-standing, successful businesses for many, many, many years to come. And that means that we need to look ahead at what consumers actually will want or need in 5 years and 10 years and 20 years, and try to build that type of service and technology that they will require for years to come. So we have to look beyond the next 18 months. And for me, that means creating a layer of experience on top of brokerage, title, mortgage, and insurance that will help our agents serve their clients in a much better way through an in-app end-to-end type of journey. And that's what we're building. And for me, that's probably a multi-year project that will take us into the future and will completely change real estate forever.
You know, I love that so much, because I think there was some gold in what you shared. If people missed it, the average brokerage, wherever it may be, around the corner from us, or a collection of territories that don't talk to each other, wherever it may be, there is a focus on the agent, or at least a perceived focus on that. But I think what you shared, which I heard, was it is our responsibility as a brokerage not just to have this optical focus on the agent on day one, but is also our responsibility to help create a great consumer experience, because that further helps the agent do their jobs significantly better. And so it's not just saying, hey, here's a little split, go do whatever you want. It is, here's a little split, you know, be a part of a great culture, but I'm also going to continue to innovate in how I create a better consumer experience overall. So if we can't combine both the consumer experience and taking responsibility for that, and also continuing to help our agents have great skills and a great platform, only when you marry those two things does this become a really powerful thing.
Sure, and it's coming from the same place. If you truly care about agents, you care about agents today, which means you build an amazing platform for them, you give them the best possible tools, the best possible business arrangement, splits, caps, and all of that. But that's not enough. If you truly care about agents, you have to care about their futures as well. And this is what we're trying to do. Now, let me ask you the same question. What do you see as the biggest opportunity in real estate at the moment?
You know, specifically from the agent perspective, you talked about the market, and I think that a lot of agents are concerned about how this abrupt shift in the market has affected them. In fact, I will tell you that as I articulate this, I've been thinking, you know, we went from a momentum-based market where things were moving so fast, where it was hard to even navigate how fast they were moving, to what I like to call right now a skills-based market. A skills-based market that is going to actually stay this way for a while, because the market dynamics are changing, the optionality for what consumers need are changing. And right now, more than any other time, a skillful agent will outperform a mediocre average agent 10 to 1, just because they're able to advise the client better. So of all of the things, I think that the biggest opportunity for agents right now, and even for us as the brokerage, is to take responsibility for helping support and make a more skilled agent, because when they do that, they actually perform the duties of their fiduciary responsibility of taking care of their clients well. Because we have there are stats about, you know, 200 to 300,000 agents probably leaving the industry in the next 12 months, and that is because of a straight up skill issue. And I actually think that if we, the brokerage, take responsibility for installing, supporting, and helping with develop that skill, we put a much better trusted advisor on the streets.
And I love that. And, you know, I meant to ask you, because I've seen you in action. I've seen you talk to agents. I've seen you teach. And I've been asking to ask you, what are you about helping agents build here at Real? And I guess you kind of answered that now. Is there anything else that you're excited about when it comes to our agents?
Yeah, I think the idea of just redefining what it means to be an agent in today's market. I think that the real estate industry has been given a bad rap for it just being a sales and marketing type profession. If you are if you're a good salesperson, if you can just market a home, then it works. And I would love for us to I want us to take responsibility to say, you know what, how can we take this from it being, hey, a sales and marketing job, and if the market is great, we do well, otherwise we don't, to how can we make this a career, a real career for the agents? Because a career involves a lot of things. A career involves longevity. A career involves being plugged into something that is bigger than yourself. A career involves, as you said, a financial arrangement, knowing that what we work on today is actually not just worth today, but is worth more tomorrow because we're helping build something better. And that's why great employees go to a Google or a YouTube or all these other fast track companies doing what they do, because they see a career. And very rarely is real estate seen as a career. So as soon as you can install a career-based mindset, now you open up the safety nets for an agent to say, you know what, I can actually spend a few minutes learning the skill. I can actually invest in my business. I can actually take care of my clients over the 7 to 10 years, because I may not get a referral in the next 7 to 10 years because of it. I'm still here from a career perspective. So providing a platform of possibilities for an agent to build this a career-based mindset is probably the thing that motivates me the most.
Love it. Let me ask you a question that maybe you were not prepared for. You could do anything you want. I mean, you have all the doors open. Every company in the field, in real estate in general, would be fortunate to have somebody like you in the executive team. Why real?
Thank you. I feel, I was talking to my wife about this decision, and I think I shared it with you. I feel that I could not have answered that question without some reflection, and I feel so much gratitude to answer that question. And the reason is that it was not about money. It was not about the market-based opportunity. It was not about some tweak and model that someone else didn't build that we can capitalize on the hot trend. And Tamir, it truly felt like a calling for me, a calling where I felt like I have been doing everything in my life to get ready for this moment. I had a chance to, my parents, my parents sold every single thing that they had to send me to the US to have a better life. I was in the technology world for a reason, but I didn't know what would happen after. I was on Wall Street for a reason, but I didn't know what would happen after. We built a real estate company, grew it 10x in 5 years, sold it to Douglas Elliman, and I didn't know what would have to happen after. But in retrospect, looking back at, why I was been gifted the technology experience, why I was gifted time on Wall Street, why I was gifted the real estate experience. If you combine those three things and just my calling and love to just share and serve, it feels like that was all those moments were built to be here, because this feels like what I was building all of it for. So I feel more called than anything else, because even our negotiations were not anything, because I told you that I just feel called to be here. And so that is my motivation. That's my gratitude to be here, because I feel like I've been working all my life to get to this moment.
Mic drop.
I think we'll give everybody their time back. Ladies and gentlemen, so thank you so much for being with us. I'm Tamir. Oh, I got this. I had to wear that for our team, because they want to make sure I had some real apparel on. I want to start and end with exactly what I started and end with. Home sweet home. I am so glad to be home. I'm so glad that we get to help clients around North America find their homes and sell their homes and transition to their homes. But most importantly, if you are in the real estate industry and you are looking for a new home, it doesn't matter whether it's with us or somewhere else, if Tamir or I can be helpful, this is the open invitation. This is an open invitation to support you. This is an open invitation to consult with you. This is the open invitation for us to share with you what we have learned, whether it's at Real or anywhere else. We hope that we can be the path, the gateway, the advisors for you to build a great legacy for your family. So thank you so much for being with us. And Tamir, I'm so excited.
Thank you, everyone. And Sharran, we're grateful to have you here at home with us.